Hello, listeners. Welcome to a very special World Music Day episode right here on 90.8 Hills FM. I am Jeffrey, your host today. And for those who know me personally, yes, this one's going to hit very close to home. Because I am not just hosting this show, I'm also in the spotlight today, along with the amazing people I get to make music with. So, let's give it up for the Blue Cove, an indie pop rock band from Nagaland. And yes, I'm a part of it. So this one's going to be an interview, a listening session, behind the scenes all rolled into one. We've been working as a band for about 2 years now. So we've released two originals, Cure from Adulting and Murder Spree. Today we're diving deep into those tracks, our story, what it is like, balancing music with life, college, and adulting. So let's kick things off. Bandmates, intro time, your name, what you play, maybe one word that describes your taste in music. So you can start.
Hello everyone, my name is Vimon Sanctum. I'm the lead vocalist and also I'm the guitarist
Lead
and
guitarist.
lead guitarist. So something that describes my taste in music will be diversity. So there's a lot of diversity in the music that I listen to personally, and Enos.
Hello everyone, my name is Enos Camp. I'm the drummer for the Blue Cove, and a word that would describe me or my taste in music would be spontaneous. Uh, yeah, I listen to like many different types of music, and yeah, it changes time to time. So yeah.
So we also have one member who is not here with us right here. He's back in Delhi, Likumar. He plays the bass for us, and I just had a conversation with him some time back, and I asked him, Likumar, what would be that one word that would describe your taste in music? And he was telling me, I think it'll be timeless, because we know Likumar really likes listening to classics, like all those Beatles and all that. So I think timeless is one word that perfectly describes him. So, and I am Jeffrey, the keyboardist, and one word that would describe my taste in music would be folk, I think, because I like listening to a lot of folk music, indie folk for that matter. So, we often get asked about how we were formed. So, let's rewind. How did Blue Cove begin?
Well, the Blue Cove, it didn't start out as a band that we originally thought that we would, go off from our high school days and just move on with our as we study along. We'll be doing this. So it generally started out. When I think it was back in class 11. Was it
Yeah,
class
I think it
11?
was class 11,
Yeah.
the picnic.
Yeah, the picnic
Yeah.
where Jeffrey and I, both of us, met, and we were talking about music, and we were imagining ourselves, and we were also planning to do just create a band where we could where we can perform our, the one original that I had made, and I had sent it to you.
Yeah.
I think I had sent it to you. So we were planning to do that in our class 12 farewell.
No, Teachers Day.
Teachers Day, right?
Teachers
So
Day.
yeah,
We
that's
were in 11th grade.
and it started out there, and originally Enos was not even our drummer. It was Bezovo who was our drummer. So I think I remember we started out there, and after that it went on to class 12 when we were in class 12, and for Teachers Day.
Yeah, I think Teachers Day was 12th, and 11th was actually farewell for our seniors, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think it was in the last farewell, our farewell, that
yeah,
Enos
joined
Enos
us.
joined in, yeah.
Because Teachers Day we had another person, we had a
We
junior,
had Anguvika.
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 Amazingly talented person, plays guitar very well, drums as well. So, I remember the first time I met Vimon. It was in the music room. So when we were in the music room together, I remember he came, plucked his guitar, played somewhat Texas blues style, SRB style, and I was like, "This guy is good, yeah." And
Nah, man. Honestly, that was like the worst performance that I could give. It was
for the DPS in their DPS video competition
Yeah.
of music. So
I remember our music teacher was like behind the scenes laughing at what I was playing. I was playing shit. I was playing so shit. The things that I was playing back then, it was like really bad as compared to other people. But I don't know what Jeffrey saw in me, but he talked to me
so
after my performance.
after that we met in a picnic. So that picnic led to one thing, and that one thing led to another, and I think now we have like two originals and a lot of music in our hat that we wanna take out and then bring it out basically. So I think that really is how the Blue Cove was formed. It was just a very
Spontaneous.
casual
Casual.
conversation that led to one thing, and then we reached out to Inos when we were in
12th grade.
Theophil.
Yeah, I
Inos,
usually joined 11 that time.
yeah,
It
so
was,
Inos was in the 11th grade, and Dimon and Likumer went to Inos, and he was like, "Do you wanna play drums for us?" And he was like, "Yeah." So yeah, I know, bro. I think before that happened, we played with Inos once, Melomania.
Melomania, yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
after we met.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, you guys actually called me for Teachers' Day, but somehow Vimon backed down on me and he chose Anguvik over me. So
No, because the thing is, we had already discussed with Anguvika before we even found out that Inos was present in class
Yeah.
11. So I already told Anguvika about it. So I couldn't just tell him like, nah, I found a better drummer. Because like back then I was much more closer to Anguvika than you.
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Otherwise, the first stage we'd share would be Melomania. Just a
Yeah,
band together.
I remember Melomania. We came up with some originals, and honestly, I think we would have had Likumer for playing for us in Melomania, but then he could not play with us, so Anguvika played bass for us
Yeah.
again. But I think that Melomania really gave us that bond,
Yeah. Totally.
right? Totally. So let's talk our own music now. Our debut single, Cure from Adulting. It has a title that throws people kind of off, like what is Cure from Adulting? And so does Murder Spree in that regard, right? And even the unreleased songs for that matter, our songs have this very quirky title that people don't usually tend to give their songs these kind of titles, right?
I mean, people do, but it's
No,
yeah.
but like we've had people ask like why this quirky title, right? So if Vimon or Inos would like to care to explain what Care from Adulting is really about and the meaning behind the title.
I think let's start it out where it was originally, how we actually recorded it. So starting off with the title, it wasn't Cure from Adulting. It was, if you guys remember,
It was ATP.
what's the full form of ATP?
You're gonna cut this out.
What's the full form of ATP?
Adenosine
Tries for something.
Yeah, I'm an
else,
art
right?
student again. I know
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know you're being a science student.
I don't know why I put that, but it was ATP, the powerhouse of the cell or something like that. I mean, it's mitochondria, but ATP is the... shit, I even forgot what it was.
Basically
But-
about providing energy. Or
Yeah,
something.
providing
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
So the song is about like, motivation and all that stuff. A person suffering from, depression and all that stuff. But then we had to change it. So we were thinking of a title, and the thing that struck us was Cure for Adulting. It was actually Cure for Adulting. But I mean, one of my close friends suggested that, it would make more sense if it was Cure from Adulting. Curing from adulting right now, the stage of adulting and all that stuff. All that depressive stuff that people might say it is. But I think we should also address that we weren't actually going to record Cure from Adulting.
If it weren't for Inos.
Yeah, if it weren't for Enos. I
Well,
think Enos can see that.
actually, yeah. Cure from Adulting, I think it was a school plan project. We initially started as a school project to release it as a school band. So the recording, most of it was done through the school itself with the school setup. So for Vimon and Jeffrey, it was easy for you guys to record through MIDI. And for me, initially I think I recorded from your keyboard, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was recording the drums from his keyboard, and then
You're playing
yeah, like tapping those out, and then at the end I didn't find it really enjoyable for the song.
And I think the tone was also a
Yeah,
little
it
off.
was a little off. Yeah, I didn't feel it for the song. So me and my music teacher, we decided that I would record it in a professional studio and bring the files, and then he could, arrange everything and mix everything later. So after that, I think Sir Imti also had asked Vimon to come with me to record.
Yeah.
Was it your solo or your
Yeah, it
rhythm
was my.
section?
I mean, both my rhythm and solo.
So eventually Vimon also joined, and then after that also Jeffrey got to know about it, and then we went to the record and recorded together.
Yeah. So when we recorded, I think we mutually decided that it's better if we just start our own band and start our own like artist YouTube channel. So that would have been better. That would be better. So I think we mutually decided there to start independently. So I think that's where Cure from Adulting was.
So one thing like I would also like to put it across is we never actually planned on taking Cure from Adulting or ATP live, in the sense we never intended it to be recorded. Actually, it was a very sudden thing. I didn't know about this. Vimon just called me up and then he was like, "Come, let's record." No, so I think uh, credits where it's due. I think our school, Delhi Public School, and our music teacher, CMT from DPS, I think one way or the another, they're the reasons why Blue Cove somehow exists, right? Because Cure from Adulting only came from Sir MT's idea that we have to go out there and record the song. So, and I think, like, talking about the meaning, I think this song captures a very deeper meaning. Like, it's almost a song with no form of its own, just like water. You put water into a bottle, the water takes the shape of the bottle. So Cure from Adulting, to me, like personally, it could be different from you, but for me, it's that song where you can apply it to every aspect of your life, and then it'll somehow fit into that direction. It does not really have to be relationships.
Yeah.
It could be anything that
Anyway,
you're going through.
Talking about relationships, we actually got some DMs and from our friend circle asking if Cure from Adulting was actually written for somebody. So Vimon, who is our songwriter, I think he can elaborate on that one more than us.
No, I feel like no. What generally happened while writing the song was I mean I feel like the process is same for everyone. It might be different for everyone, but I just came up with a melody for the song, and then came the songwriting process. So while I was writing the song, I didn't really have anything particular in mind, but also I was at the stage where I was trying to find out where I would go from class 11, 12 to my college and everything, trying to figure everything out. So everything was just in my head, every problem, every solution, and the stress, the anxiety of finding something new in life. So I think all that crumbled up, all that inside my mind, it gave Cure from Adulting. So like you said, it takes the shape of the water takes the shape of whatever the vessel that it's in. So I feel like it may mean something to me, but also it might mean something else to some other person. So I feel like that's what music is all about. It might be it may mean something to you, or it might mean something to me, but at the end of the day, it's what it's where it hits you. And I think that's what matters when it comes to music.
So, all right. We've been talking about Cure from Adulting a lot. So, let's just hear what we've been talking about. So, here is Cure from Adulting live.
So
Pages of a song about you and his day. Foxy. So, let's get real. Making music is one thing, but balancing it with college, work, break, break dates because our dates don't align. So, and even deadlines, right? That's the tricky part. So, a few questions before we dive deeper. What's the hardest part of being in an indie band while still being in college or while still being a student?
I think it will be the long distance relationship.
Right.
That's like Jeffrey in Bangalore, they come in, they do, they leave, and you want me here. It was difficult for us to meet, make time for us to meet and jam and record. So
I think there came out about the experience that we had, like recording Murder Speak.
Right.
It was it was really hard to, come together, record, practice, write songs, write the structure that we wanted for the song. It was definitely really difficult for us because, like you said, the timings didn't align when we would come for breaks and when our exams and all that stuff. So that definitely was really stressful, and I think, but also I think we learned a lot. We learned a lot as a band. Then,
Uh, with Murder Street is my share on being in an indie band and still being in college and the hard things is I remember Murder Street when we were recording, I was here for one session
yeah,
and for the other sessions I was back in Bangalore. So
most of the time,
all the recordings that had to be done for the keys had to be done that one day.
Yeah.
While you guys had that headroom where you could go back to the studio and redo things.
Mm.
So it was difficult for me because maybe Vimon could go to the studio and come up with something and then I would not be there to alter my keys
yeah,
to complement his style. But thankfully enough, it worked out well. So I think long distance is a major issue. I think if we were together in the same place and we were students, of course there would be difficult things. There would be difficulties, right?
Yeah.
But I think the distance in being students makes it even more harder for us.
I feel like when we execute it, it's much more rewarding.
Right.
You think about all the hard times that you've gone through, and you listen to that song. It might not be the best song for anyone else, but for us, later on down and right now, if I'm talking about the future, if I look back at it, like, I think about all those times of recording and all that stuff, and I'm just so happy that I did it with you guys and not with anyone else. Or else, if you guys are in Bangalore, you guys are in Delhi, I could be here doing other musicians, but it
So
won't be
he's
the same.
basically telling us not to kick us out. We're not
I
saying
might even start a single.
So, have we ever wanted to quit from the problems that we've had? So, have you ever wanted to quit? Let's be honest.
I think for me personally, music was also involved in music my whole life, basically. So I enjoyed actually being a part of big bands or playing for bands.
So, you multiple bands.
But yeah, uh, music. I think most of my childhood growing up, I've been involved in music, and then I find my peace, and that's where my passion is. I think.
So, quitting for you was like, there was issues, there was hardships, but quitting for you was not an option. Somehow.
Well, quitting, if we talk about quitting, then leaving, no, definitely no, but I think I myself sort of taking a break
I think I would call Jeffrey up and talk about all this. And I would call Vikram Ralph and everybody. Mostly, yes, I would call Jeffrey up after that. We would talk about how it's so stressful of managing all this. Maybe for some short amount of time, I was just telling him about like take a break and all that stuff. But I think the positives about all this is that you know the positive is that the stress that you get from academics and music and all that stuff from your life itself. I think you can transfer it into music. Um, that can actually reflect in how we watch music. I feel like music. I feel like there's no. When I think about stressful times and all that stuff, it's actually a luxury for us to be pursuing music and also studying at the same time. If you think about it, not a lot of people can do that. Pursuing music and also at the same time pursuing your own career. So I feel like when I'm like stressed and all that stuff, I think to myself, like, I should actually be grateful. I'm able to have a very beautiful life with you guys, studying, and also at the same time making music with you guys. It's so fun, man. It's so fun.
Just adding since we want to he's studying V1 is also in his engineering, so it takes a lot of effort. So what's something we also learned the hard way?
So,
I think managing expectations is something it's
yeah, managing the expectations of people, expectations of the society.
I mean actually I think managing our own expectations because like it or not we're just students.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have these high expectations from ourselves and then we cannot put up to that pressure of expectations that we place on ourselves. And when we cannot do as well as we think we should, I think we get disappointed. As a band, it's very evident that we do get disappointed with expectations that are so high. Like, I think outer expectations will come, but inner expectations are really disappointing. And so I think what's something we've learned the hard way is I think we have to be very thorough with how we manage expectations from both outside and from within.
And also going back to, I think we can roll back to Murder Spree. The whole recording process there, we learned a lot of stuff. Like we as a band, obviously we cannot, if we talk about long distance and we being separated and all that stuff, we don't really have the time to jam and all that stuff. So I think when we were recording, we knew that, even circularly, we weren't good enough. We weren't good enough. So there was a wall that we hit. But also at the same time, we took it as an encouragement to get better.
Didn't see it as a stumbling block, but
Yeah.
that is something that we learned from it.
So from there, we moved on. We started taking things that needed to be taken seriously, and I think that's Murdersby was like a jump for us to get back up.
Right.
Actually develop ourselves
I think the other three things is well, but I think
financially.
financially, finances, we've
Yeah.
learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
Social media presence, we
Zero.
still haven't learned. We're still learning.
Yeah.
Our Instagram is like, it is alive when it's
When things are going on.
it's dead for like what 4 or 5 months. So we're still learning it the hard way. So yeah, we're not just making music. We're learning small scale production. We're learning how to promote our music promotion. We're learning time management. We're learning our own instruments.
Yeah.
So I think it's all do it yourself. No, I think that's what a student indie life is for. You.
It's like that's, to be honest, that's really good for team development and also self development. Well, who would have thought, the songs that we made would have like maybe a few thousands of listeners.
I mean, we have to give it to ourselves. It's not just a few thousands. It's over 100,000. So
And to all of our listeners, thank you guys for streaming.
Yes, seriously.
thank you so much. And
they've been really supportive.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. I think we have amazing friends who really support us.
Also, I feel like that's a benefit of starting a band when we're actually in our this high school slash college area. No, because you've got friends and family who have been through it with us. Because at times when we feel like giving up, these people they'll will come and we'll meet them, we'll encounter them, and they'll be like, "When's your new music coming out?"
They've been very supportive.
Yeah, they've been very supportive. We've loved your previous songs and we're excited for your new stuff. And inside, I'm like, "Gonna be production start, bro." And it's not even started. And how are we supposed to deliver? But at the same time, it's really encouraging, because we as a band, we've faced a lot of issues.
Right.
They've been with us.
So even for that matter, when we play live, so we played our originals, like for example, There It Goes Again, right? We played it back in 2023, December.
Yeah.
2024 when we were doing our gigs.
Yeah.
They were singing the songs
Yeah.
and they
It was
knew the
surprising.
lyrics.
It was very
They knew the
surprising.
lyrics and we
Yeah.
never put that lyrics up. So
Yeah.
they remembered it from like 2023.
Yeah.
And when Dreamon's like 1, 2, 3, and then they're like, hey, hey. So
The thing is, we didn't even give the videos or give our
yeah.
these rough recordings to anyone. And like the lyrics that I sing also, it's not even like fully composed lyrics, but they're singing like the verses, the choruses, especially the chorus.
Sometimes Dreamon stops singing because he forgets the lyrics.
But they're singing with me here.
Exactly, man. Like, who would have thought
Who would have thought?
we would be even like playing packed shows? Small but
Small but packed.
that's all we say. Packed, small but packed.
Small but packed.
So, in the end, it's all about making music with the people we love, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to making music with people we love, I'm not talking about making music because I think we're still beginners and novices when it comes to making proper music. Like, we just have 2 songs and they're not like the greatest song out there. But when I say making music with the people we love, right? I think Blue Cove does it very well, making music with people we love. So, ladies and gentlemen, this one is called Murder Spree.
She's walking one hill at a time. When her lips speak, gosh, make me alright. When she walks in, I just disappear. Feel the madness in her eyes. Well, it takes me by surprise. Did it work? Did it happen? And her hands all over me, wishing up my blood is free. Am I dead? Am I dreaming? 'Cause tonight I'm waiting for you, and I know it's making me sick. 'Cause tonight I'm waiting for you, and I know it, and I know it, I can see it. And I know it, and I know it, I can see it. Now our hearts go from strangers to fall. Every passing time and fall. Passion's lying with the mysteries of love. How I find time to talk to the sky. And I know that those are closing soon. And I know anxiety's getting old. And I know, and I know. 'Cause tonight I'm waiting for you. And I know it's making me sick. 'Cause tonight I'm waiting for you. And I know it, and I know it, I can see it. And I know it, and I know it, I can see it.
So, what's next for us? The Blue Cove, new music, live. Because I mean, I know, but they don't. So, what's next for us?
So definitely we have to be recording
Mm.
new music.
I mean, new music, like what are they?
You wanna?
You're the one who wrote it.
I mean, it's fine, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's fine. Maybe I think we got maybe like a handful of music that we want to release. So it depends on the depends on the amount of time we can give to a particular music that we want to release. But some of the titles, I think the people that have been with us will know. There it goes again, and we've got Pillow Fever. One and the song that I'm actually excited about is Telltales. What about you guys?
Tales has a completely different vibe if you compare
Yeah,
with the
it's-
other songs we've released.
Should we see what type of vibe it is?
I think they can make something.
So, I mean, people have been to our show, so I think follow coughs is what I'd say.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for the music. Yeah,
I love our song Aphasia.
Acacia. Yeah,
It's one song that I really love. It's something that I don't enjoy playing as a keyboardist because there's nothing much. I'm just playing some piano and pads in the background while the guitar has everything. But as a person who would sit back and listen, I think I would love Aphasia. So yeah, and then we wanna do some songs and then come up with like an EP.
yeah.
That's the idea of it. That's a long shot idea. But for short term, I think new music, maybe shows. Shows not as much because like we're focusing more on making music side of things. Because we wanna forever keep what we do out there, like make a digital print of the music.
That's what I like about creating originals. It's like you're encapsulating your own personality, like Nicomer's personality, Enos's personality, Jeffrey's personality, and my personality, and we're putting our emotions and feelings that other people can also feel it. So that's the beauty of making originals, as a band. No, I understand like we also do covers and all that stuff, but making covers is not covering songs is not has never really been my thing. Obviously for shows I can do, but I actually love making originals.
Like, I think to covers, I think we do covers in differently as well. We do our own elements.
I mean, like, yeah, that's with everyone else. Everyone else.
Everyone else exactly like
Yeah.
yeah, that's what covers are like. But I think, for example, I'll just give you one song. Billie Eilish. What song is that?
Birds of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather.
So we completely changed Birds of a Feather. The only thing that's the same as like Billie Eilish song is the lyrics.
But the thing is, like, that's a good thing because, like, when you're doing a cover, people know that, if you listen to this cover, I think the Blue Cove did that. Yeah, I think that's the Blue Cove, like,
It's like
this guy is not even singing the right lyrics. Yeah, I think that's the beauty. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of live shows.
So, dream collab if you could choose any artist.
For me, I think it would be David Gilmour. I listen to
Floyd.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Pink Floyd and his stuff, especially even mentioning Roger Waters. The whole band is like, you've got good lyrics, good songwriting, and also good music.
And I think good titles as well.
Good
They
titles
come
as
up with good song names.
They're very. I mean, like I want to acknowledge my brother. He was the one who introduced me. Pink Floyd is like, damn.
You asked this question, so why don't you answer it now?
For me, I think it will be Clingy. And he's not much of a songwriter, but in a sense, lyrically, but I really enjoy his instruments. It's very progressive.
Amazing guy.
And I can see. I mean, like whenever I hear like just playing casually.
I remember every time I get into his car,
Mm.
the infotainment system is an artist. Me.
And this guy, the reason why he joins other different bands, plays with other different bands, he wants to play Pliny with them. He doesn't get to play Pliny with us.
He gets to play Billie Eilish with us.
Billie Eilish with us.
So
Guess what? Guess Licomer's Pamunga.
definitely Pamukas. Yeah, the Indian guy is definitely Pamunkas. Oh, but honestly, Pamunkas is like a very good songwriter. And he's an actor too, I think, right?
Oh yeah.
I think he's an actor as well.
I don't know. I don't know much about.
So, no one asked me, but my dream collab would be, Two Door Cinema Club, right? We do a lot of Two Door Cinema Club.
Yeah.
So, I think I really like Two Door Cinema Club. And you forgot the band. But I think my dream collab, like the Two Door Cinema Club, is like I want to do with them, but I want to do songs with them. But if
You're gonna leave us?
but if I had to choose like one dream collab,
Yeah.
Jack Antonoff, bro.
Jack
Features,
Antonoff.
like amazing guy.
Such a great producer for me.
Amazing, like we play a lot of bleachers. So, what's that song? The one that we had a little trouble with while playing live. No, not roller coaster. Yeah, I wanna get better.
I wanna get better.
So the elements that they put,
Yeah.
like so simple yet so intriguing, right?
Yeah.
So I really like
layering and all that.
I really like Bleachers workbook. So my dream collab would be like Bleachers. And we can move on to like what the Instagram questions.
Yeah.
So we did a Instagram Q&A sometime like day before yesterday actually. So may not know because he's not on Instagram. He's not using much Instagram these days. Do you know?
No, I'm not active in the main page. I'm still our main.
He's doing a timeout. So so we had some few questions because we told our followers and friends, and not just our followers but their friends. So I took out a few questions because a lot of these questions that I actually have more questions, but I feel like we answered those questions in what we've covered so far.
Yeah.
So I'll just take a look in. Okay, so one question: when is Vimon most inspired to write a song? What is the songwriting process?
When I'm on the verge of self-harming myself. I'm kidding. No, I feel like there's no specific time. But obviously, I feel like when everything is what's the specific time? What was the question again? When do I feel like
When you're most inspired and the process behind songwriting.
I feel like inspiration, it's spontaneous. It comes like, when I'm just grabbing my guitar, I just come up with melodies. There's no specific time or anything like that, but it just happens. It just happens. And the songwriting process, what's the songwriting process? Well, I'll just come up with a melody when I'm just jamming all by myself because I have no friends. No, when no, but yeah, so when I'm jamming and all that stuff, melodies would just come up in my mind. And I would start writing and I'll write my songs, come up with the lyrics. Maybe sometimes it's unfinished until the deadline when we're gonna record. But then I would send my songs to Enos, Likumer, and Geoffrey, to check if it's actually good enough.
It's also good.
Yeah, so
Bro, but I'm sorry for cutting you off. When you talked about deadline when we were recording, do you remember he came up with the bridge to Care from Adulting in the studio? He came up with the bridge for Care from Adulting in the studio. We were done recording the verse and the
we're
chorus.
getting exposed.
So we were done recording the verse and the chorus. This guy comes out, he shows me his phone like, bro, like, ito ko ko niyo na bridge din.
Run away. Very deep, but if you guys think about it, it's very deep. It's very deep.
One word the entire bridge, and then he's like, I was shocked. I was like, this guy, you're recording your song now, you're writing your lyrics now.
Because it takes one word, just takes one word, take over the mind.
Slow claps.
Run away. Run away.
So, any most chaotic, funny memory of the band during practice hours get together? This one is the same question. This one is asked by the same person who asked the previous question.
Yeah.
So I think most chaotic would be like coming up with the bridge for Cure from Adulting in the studio.
That's what.
But you guys remember Smash Fest?
The first edition.
It was chaotic for us. We took part in that.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
chaotic.
I think we just had like 2 days to practice.
2 days. 2
2
days.
days to practice for it, and one of our guitars. He wasn't even prepared with the songs that we gave him. We're not mentioning names. We're not mentioning, but it was really a beautiful time.
That's when the name Blue Cove came up.
Yeah, Blue Cove Project.
Project.
The Blue Cove project.
The Blue
The
Cove
Blue Cove
project. So
I think it was first for us, and also it was the first Smash Fest. Yeah.
and Hamshin sang for us. Hamshin is a very good friend of ours.
Yeah.
This guy would come straight from college in his uniform
Yeah.
and then practice with us. So it was so chaotic,
Mm.
but so lovely at the same time.
Yeah.
So following suit with that, who thought of the band's name?
I think it was a collective effort. I think one day we were like, in the evening we were texting in a group. So I was like Blue Cove, and then you were like the Blue Cove, and then he was like the Blue
Well,
Cove.
initially, wasn't it like the backhand project or something? They came with the backhand project or something.
Something like very anime.
Something like that. Yeah,
But-
something like that.
anime. Us. It's like no.
And I think it just came out is what we would say. Like it was not like eureka moment where like this is the band's name.
Yeah.
It was more like what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
What about putting this together?
Together.
Yeah. So and we put project because it was a one-time project.
Mm.
We never thought we'd record our song ATP, Care from Adulting.
Yeah.
So we were called project. But when we came up with Care from Adulting, we moved the project because we wanted it to be a solid thing. Like, so yeah. And oldest and the youngest, funnily enough, best dressing sense. So
What kind of questions are these, man?
bro, these are people who really genuinely support us. We can't say that.
No, but
So-
chalo.
Oldest, Likumar. Youngest, he knows. So best dressing sense has to go to Likumar.
Come on, man. Come on, yeah, drip, man.
This guy dresses very well. So few more questions as well, but these are all along the lines of new songs coming out,
Yeah.
new shows. So I think we've answered these questions. So let's end with one question. And I didn't really tell you guys this ahead, but what does music mean to you personally?
Why don't you start?
Okay, so music personally to me is an outlet. Like for my feelings, emotions, frustration. It's like an outlet. It's something I like to do. But music to me is relationships at the end of the day. Because I like making music more than I like listening to music. I think we all do. So I like making music with Trio, Likamar, Timot Moose. So I think music to me is an outlet that helps me build a relationship. So I was talking to Likamar some time back, and he was telling me, I asked him this question, and he was also asking me why I'm asking him this question so suddenly. But music to Likamar is like a mirror of his emotions. So the music that he's listening to, the music he makes, kind of shows you what he's feeling. So music to him is a reflection of his emotions. And he was also telling me how music has become this comfort spot in his life, right? Where he can just come back to when he's drained out. So it's like a comfort room.
I feel like that's the same for me too. Music, like everybody else, is an escape. So along the way, it has progressed me to become a better human being. I would remember with Jeffrey, when things are not going right with me, he was the one who, would fight for me for my place in the band, in the school band. Even though I was not good enough, but
Nice.
he fought for me, fought for my place, And music has been such a big part of my life. And even if, we may not pursue it as a career, but it has been music has played a big impact in our lives that, we just can't believe it. And as a bunch of kids that we started, bunch of teenagers that started off a indie band, we decided to ourselves that, we're not gonna leave this music because it changed us to become better human beings. So I think making originals, being that immature bunch of friends making music, I think we'll definitely keep it alive. I mean, what do you guys think?
Exactly. I think I would not do this with anyone else.
Yeah.
I think very emotional, but yeah, that's a wrap from crusty, sweaty, and stinky jamming sessions in school to having many streams and listeners and a very supportive friend group of people. This journey with the Blue Cove has been wild, chaotic, definitely not easy, but it is something we would definitely not trade for anything in the world. And I believe we're just getting started. So yeah, thank you for joining me today.
Kamsahamnida, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
So yeah, thanks for joining us on this World Music Day celebration. Follow the Blue Cove on Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music, and YouTube. I am Jeffrey, signing off from 90.8 Hills FM. Until next time, keep listening, keep creating.
Let's go.